Jewish. That's funny.
We are the Delaware County Fair in Walton, New York, and we're over 170 years worth of fair right now, meaning we go back that far. Originally, there were, in fact, 2 fairs in Delaware County, one in Delhi, the other one here in Walton about 100 years ago. The way I understand it, there was a move to say, why are we having 2 fairs in the county? Let's combine them. So because of this phenomenal piece of bottom land we have here in Walton, the smart heads prevailed and said, we'll have the fair here and make the county seat up in Delhi.
You know, the fair is, it's everyone in the county gets together. So many people that you see maybe once a year, you'll see at the fair. And we're in a county that's economically depressed, and the fair is really, from the financial end of it, kind of a windfall for a lot of our local businesses and our people in the county that are in business. So there's kind of a twofold thing. It's for the kids, it's for the animals, it's for the economic impact that it gives to the communities. And it's just a lot of fun.
Just a really refreshing change from being in the city all the time. And I wish more New Yorkers could take advantage of this. I know that some of them, who are friends of mine, when I told them that I was coming up here, kind of scoffed at it, thinking that, you know, this is not, you know, a kind of a trendy place to go. But for me, this is the perfect antidote to anything that's trendy. So that's my real reason for wanting to come up here. It's a refreshing balance.
For me, Delaware County is the state fair. Although I know officially it's in Syracuse, but if you want to learn about agriculture, this is where young people come, adults come, and people in their golden years come. And when they always leave here with a stronger spirit and a better sense of community.
You can meet up with someone who might have moved away 20 years ago, and then they come to the fair because they want to catch up with people. And it's like time stood still. You can just pick right up where you were before because you have that bond and watched each other grow up.
Kyle was born and raised on a farm. That's what his dad did his entire life. And, you know, Kyle's kept with that. He had great work ethic, always has had it. I don't know if that's something you can teach. I think it's something that they either have or they don't have. You know, his is instilled in him. I've never seen a harder worker in my life. And I have 5 children, and I'm very proud of all of them, but he is my hardest working child. I mean, there's not a moment of the day that he wouldn't help somebody after he's worked a 14-hour day. He never thinks about, there's never a question of, I'm too tired to do it. It's a question of, do you need me today?
Well, the Delaware County Fair is very important to the community and further. I mean, the agricultural, this fair versus other fairs actually puts out the agricultural side of it. You know, you got over 300 head of cows here alone to prove that, you know, people should come and watch and see what we go through on a daily basis to make it in life. You know, it's very important to more or less outreach to the children on the agricultural side. I mean, look, you got tractor pulls galore here, you got truck pulls galore, that's all farm stuff, you know. You got derbies, that's something we used to do back in the day in our fields. It's just smash it up. So, yeah, I'd say it's very important to the community.
Before the cattle come to the fair, they get pedicures and lots of shampoos and special hair conditioners, and make sure that their tail hair is fluffed out, and we actually put black polish on black hoofs to make them look shinier, and some of them get special diets before time. A lot of care and lots of paperwork too, because you have to do entries and do health papers so that the animals can be brought together, because there's regulations by New York State so that all animals that come here are healthy. it's a lot of work. It's an awful lot of work. And when you become a mother, you say, wow, my parents were so good that they did this for us. And so you pass it on down the generations, but it's all worth it.
This is an agricultural fair more than anything else. There are over 1,000 animals here this week. Over 400 of them are dairy animals. And that's a huge commitment on the part of the farmers to bring their animals to show and to spend their week here. And it's very time consuming and it's very expensive, but they're willing to make that commitment. The sheep, the goats, the beef animals, the horses, it's all part of agriculture. The fair is very important to us not only as an outreach event, but it gives the farmers themselves a venue to show their livestock and to highlight the best of the best.
Me and my brother have market goats. My market goat was reserve champion, and his was like third place or something like that. They got sold at the auction today. Also, our pigs, which were first in their classes, they got sold today. And then my sheep, which was reserve champion in the open show, got sold today.
Next animal coming into the ring is Raymond, owned by Raymond James, and this is our grand champion steer. Raymond is from Afton, and he's a graduate of Wilson Central School. He's been a member of 4-H for 10 years. Says he has over 30 animals at home, and this is his 9th time in the auction.
Most kids, like 15, 16 years old, go home, take out the trash, wash dishes, that's it. I go home after one job already, go to the barn, feed 40 cows, feed 10 hogs, do all that, and then go eat dinner, and then go back to the barn to do everything else.
Yep, we should be worrying about it. It's busy. You are so tired. It like feels like, and when you tear down and you bring everything home, you're glad to get the cattle back home again. But like Sunday, you just get everything in place out of cover, but you don't even begin to start putting things where they go, like in storage, because I bet you probably 95% of all dairy exhibitors, probably of a lot of fair exhibitors, take one heck of a good nap on Sunday. It's like everyone's like, ugh. In the very beginning when it started, it wasn't as many gallons of ice cream. I think the first time they did it was like maybe 15 gallons of ice cream. It started like somewhere, someone did this, and so then they shared the idea. And the dairy princess at that time was Jennifer Ruff, and so she wanted to give it a try here. And so we did it, and people really enjoyed it. People enjoyed participating as far as making it and everything. And just from there, it has just continued on, and it got bigger, obviously. So I need to deliver the ice cream for Giant Ice Cream Sunday.
All right.
Thank you.
There we go. Get a train going, George.
We would like to thank Pop Ice Cream today for their support through all the years. From the donation of ice cream to the special delivery of the ice cream to Walt. Without them,
growing up on a dairy farm has made me who I am. I have 6 older siblings, and growing up and watching them, we all had to work on the farm. So, you know, normal kids, they have chores in the house, but they don't really have to do anything else. Whereas I have to do chores every morning and every night. And it started out where I would throw bedding down, or I would help my brothers with something, but now actually I'm in charge of feeding the calves and getting them going and everything. And so instead of just being able to go home and just relax, I go home and do chores. So you have to learn how to manage a lot of different stuff. My work ethic, I give that all to the farm, because farm kids know how to work their butts off because they have to. Like, and you learn to prioritize because the animals need you. Like, they're not going to take care of themselves at all, so you have to be there to take care of them. Cows have to be milked every 12 hours, or else they will get sick. It's stuff like that. The baby calves have to be fed. So you learn responsibility really fast and work ethic. And I mean, this is going to sound, but I think if the world had more dairy farmers in it, it would be a better place, because all dairy farmers work so hard. And I think they need to be recognized a little more for that, because the product they produce, milk, so much work goes into that, and so few people actually know about it, and it's sad. But dairy farms are great, and they do great things, and people need to see that.
We're the Thrillbillies.
And we like to get crazy.
Yeah.
And we like to win.
Yeah.
We like to get drunk too, but we can't do that yet.
Come on, you guys got this. First time we lasted 9 seconds.
Yeah!
Second time we lasted about 2 minutes.
Hey, you want to come Anchor Gross too?
We plan on winning this year.
Fitting to grab that rope and pull these guys across the moon.
Probably ought to put you right in the front. Yeah, that's where we're going.
Okay, I was told to be home.
There we go. Come on, dude. All right. You see those boys?
Oh, shit!
It all started out originally, it was farmers that said that one tractor was tougher than another, and they would almost hook them back to back, with chains, and they'd sit here and they'd pull, and then they realized that that wasn't safe. Somebody was going to get hurt, something was going to flip. But it's just the idea, these guys think that their tractor's a little tougher than anybody else, so we let them hook onto a boat, we let them pull. It's something that prize of being able to win. It's not you can do it, and a lot of people are happy like that, but it's the idea they can do something besides just work with their tractor. They got a little bit of a play for it, just like a race car.
I'm going to get in trouble with this, but I don't care. This is like going to Mel's Diner in 1960 with your car, your hot rod. My Chevy's better than your Ford, okay? And drag racing down the strip, trying to evade or avoid the local constabulary from drag racing. It's bragging rights.
Well, the big thing is you got families that are coming to watch Dad or their son, and to see who wins. And so it's got a pretty good following. That's what it is. It's local talent. Go see Uncle Bill, or, like I say, Mom or Dad, whoever's pulling, and that's what it's all about. It's just either it's in your blood or it's not in your blood. I pulled tractors my whole life, so if it's not in your blood, you don't do it. If it is, you enjoy it.
sausage before we leave, or a steak sandwich, always.
Snow cone. That's it. The snow cones are my favorite.
I always come for sausage, peppers, onions.
Probably the cheese fries. I like cheese fries, and I love funnel cake. I love fair food.
Now you got to look at the size of me, and that would be an unfair question to ask me my favorite food, because my better ask me what is not my favorite food. I don't care for deep fried pickles, but I like all of this stuff. I mean, this pretzel lady up on the corner, that pretzel is to die for.
You know, all the other fatty foods, deep fried Oreos, cotton candy, all the good stuff.
You smell the peppers, you smell the onions, and you just have to have a sausage, peppers, and onions.
I think you have the deep fried Snickers here, or something like that. I've been tempted to try one of those, so maybe today will be the day.
Of course, funnel cakes.
No, I really don't like fair food.
My favorite part when I was a kid was the butter sculpture. There's always something new every year. It's so interesting.
When it's cold, it works just like clay. So it's not that hard to sculpt with. Basically, you really just have to know how to sculpt. So butter is pretty easy to work with. Cheese, it's good for carving, but you can't really put cheese back together again, like you can with butter.
You see people of all ages participating. It's not just old people. There's some places that kind of feel it's not hip, it's not cool, so you just have the older people. But here you got the teens, and everybody is finding a place. And I think it's so important for us as Americans to see all the different types of Americans we have here.
Yeah, we're here for the girls.
There's a lot of fun at the fair between Demolition Derby and all the farmers, all the local business people come out.
Coming here about 5 years now, and the Smash Up Demolition Derby has to be the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, I think the big appeal of the Derby is because it's local kids that are doing it. So if a kid is up in Hobart and he's getting the car ready, 10 people, 20 people are going to come to watch him run. So when you get local people into the sport, then it gets more exciting for all the people because they can watch. Everybody's cheering for their favorite person in there. How many guys have never drove in this Derby before? All right, you see the hands? That means that you old timers got to listen to all these rules. When you're going down, make sure you drive down from here to that pit careful. There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of people on the grounds today. It's a beautiful night. We got a big crowd here.
From here to the track is your guts just go like this and twist in a knot. My sister and my brother-in-law over there, they're both their first time Derby, their first time Derbyers today, and I just got done talking to them, and they're about ready to puke, they said. You get nervous and whatnot, but like I said, I've been derbying almost 10 years now, and it's just like another day for me. I just go out there, smash up, and then I'll be right back in the barn with the cows. So.
There's a strategy. It depends on if you want to go out and get the crowd, the attention of the crowd, or if you want to go out and make money. It pays $1,500 to win. If you want to go out and win, you drive a little bit easier, and you don't make the end-to-end shot. If you want to go out and just have a good time, you drive, hard as you can go.
I'll give you an IOU right now.
How much? IOU.
$1,500.
Brad, make sure you get greenback.
I told my wife I rented a derby car for $1,500. I'm pretty good for it.
I've done 10 derbies now. I've been doing it for 10 years since I was 17. It's a lot of work, so we always complain about it when derby season comes, but for the 5 minutes you're out there, it's so much fun. You know, not a lot of people get to do it, so a lot of people are scared to even try to do it. I don't know, it's just a huge adrenaline rush. My mother's done it, my uncle's done it, my grandfather used to do it, so we grew up coming to the derbies and watching them do the cars all the time, so I'm not really scared of, I mean, it's just, you know, they're pretty safe about it, so nobody's ever really gotten hurt majorly. I think I saw a broken nose one time, and that was about it.
Number 2 and number 20 will get a chance to come back. He got hung up a little bit too long to get out.
Monday night I came down, I run my car hard, I drove hard, made clean shots. One of the shots at the end they didn't think was clean. It was clearly a clean shot by the video that I watched the next morning. First point of contact was with the 20 car's front bumper. It wasn't quite a 90-degree angle shot. I did get probably maybe an inch of his door when my bumper swung around. They took a long time to make the call. It probably looked worse from the stage side than the other side. You know, I heard some rumors that, you know, some people jumped down on the stage and got, you know, yelling and screaming at them that they had to shut me off. If I jumped on stage, I'd be escorted off the grounds. You know, I've ran down here a lot of years. I've put on a lot of shows. I've won a lot of money down here. I've won a lot of trophies down here. You know, and it's like any form of motorsports. When you win enough, everybody gets mad at you. Nobody wants to see the same guy win.
You heard it! You heard it! Right there! You heard it! If it's anybody else, it wouldn't have been called right here!
It's one of those things. I mean, I sucked it up. I'm here tonight. Got the same car. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna see what we can do. It sucks that I bent it up the other night, you know. But it was gonna be an exciting show. The two of us, you know, the 00 and the 33R. We're gonna put on a good show. Probably something that these guys haven't seen in a number of years. You know, like I said, they made a judgment call. To me, it was a bad judgment call. Can't win them all.
Somebody should do is go on the internet and see if they get a firing order.
We already did.
You guys want me to take a look at it?
I know.
Yeah, get ready to have that.
So what do you think the chances are?
Of this running tonight?
10%.
Yep. Basically, I came over, got wet and dirty.
Why don't you just give her your car?
That was my car. And then he took it first.
I offered to give it to her.
Oh, she wants to run the Domo car. I'll run that car.
So tonight I was supposed to run my car, but my brother is being really nice, and he's letting me run his car, and he's gonna drive mine because we might get it to run, and if we do get it to run, it's gonna be really fickle to drive, so you're gonna have to like drive it really, really well. He's a better driver than I am, so, and he's a nice brother. my first time winning. Like, I've won best in show before, but never first place. I am thinking about next year already, because I'm like, man, that was so much fun, especially to get in the feature and drive one of the really big cars. Like, they're so different from a little car. So we are gonna run all of our other cars at another derby, because all the little ones are still usable, so we might as well crash them. My heart's still going, even though I've been sitting there for forever. Yay! So much fun.
Down on the midway, down on the midway, night turned into day, down at the fair. Down on the midway, down on the midway, night turned into day.
The week of the fair is just so much fun, and so it's not, you're never relieved to have to work with. You're exhausted to come to the end of it, but it's not really sad. It's just one of them things, I mean, at the end of the fair is here. You look forward to digging up and see what you're going to put down next year. So it's it's kind of exciting and saying that it's all over with this week, but the same token, I mean, as you hear every morning, we're looking at things we got to do for next year.
So are you sorry to see it end?
No. No. Sometimes I wish the guys 126 years ago, when they sat down after the first one, the other guy won the argument and said, when they asked, do you think we ought to do this again? But I'm awful glad we're at it. I've been around here off and on all my life. My dad had a hay and straw business, and I wheeled straw to all these farmers in a wheelbarrow well before we had any of these golf carts. This would have made it an awful lot easier.
And everyone's excited to be going home, except for the very young. Like when you're young, you think that fair should last months. Parents don't look at it that way at all.
Everyone talks about this phenomena of the fact that people are taking their vacations here and coming here for weeks, and it's always like, wow, I can't believe people are doing that. I was trying to figure out why. Is it a money thing? Is this thing? Anyway, it dawned on me the other day. Imagine you could come to a place once a year where you're going to run into every grade teacher you had, every friend you had throughout your life. I mean, just people from every. It's like a life reunion, not a school reunion, but like a life reunion. Imagine there was a place like that. Would you want to go to a place like that? So I was wondering if you could comment on that kind of revelation.
I can neither add nor amplify on what you just said, because that you hit the nail on the head. You will run into your friends here, new and old. You'll make new friends. It's bittersweet because, gee, it was great. It goes too fast, way too fast. It comes around. The older you get, it comes around almost way too fast. It's appropriate to make sure you have at least a cup of coffee with everybody. I'm sure during the course of the week you've spoken to people, myself probably included. We've got people from all over that come here, and then they wind up coming back. This is Dream World. This really is Dream World. And